I'm sitting in a large, dark room with only one candle. From where I'm sitting, if I look to my left, to my right, in front of me, or behind me, I can't really tell how big the room is or who's in the room with me, what's going on in the room. Welcome to 21st century culture in the life of a Christian. We are trying our best to shine our light into the darkness around us, but the world that we live in, the culture that we're immersed in, is an increasingly darkening room. It doesn't take much of a search to find out that there's this news report or that news report. There's this behavior or that behavior. There's evidence all around us that the world around us is getting darker every single day. John 3:19 through 21 says, "This is the condemnation, that light has come into the world, but men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. Everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God." That's where we are, and that's where we live. There are two kinds of people walking around the world that we live in. There are those who are running from the light, and there are those who are running toward the light as fast as they can. Our job is to shine our light as bright as we can and as far as we can, so that those who are seeking light can find it. And that maybe in the process we'll send a little bit of illumination to the boundaries and the corners of the room of this culture, so people can see the dangers at the edges, and people can see the terrible issues that await just outside our step. Have you ever been in a room when the electricity has gone out suddenly, lights go out, it gets instantly dark? What's the first thing you do? You grab your cell phone, flip it open, and you try to shine a little bit of light into the darkness. The reason you do that is because you know that in darkness there's some inherent dangers. There's a chance that you could stumble over something, you could fall, you could hurt yourself, you could run into someone or something. The same way in this culture that loves darkness, that's comfortable with darkness, if we don't take care to shine a little bit of light, there are so many pitfalls and so many dangers that people don't even see and aren't really even aware of until somebody decides, you know what, I'm going to be the one to let my light shine. I'm going to be the one to shine just a little bit of light into a dark situation, so that I can see and so that those around me can see that there are dangers, there are things that can totally wreck your life in one moment if you don't have the kind of commitment that will shine a light and leave a lasting impact for those around you. Here's the good news about darkness and light. It doesn't matter what size the room is. It doesn't matter what sort of dark space you're in. It doesn't matter how dark it is. It only takes the smallest light shining to overcome the greatest darkness. It doesn't have to be a spotlight. It doesn't have to be a searchlight. It can be the light of one single flame. And it's enough to make it where I can navigate this dark room that's much bigger than I am and is dangerous without a light. But your one light, your stand as one person, your one single commitment could be the light that shines in someone else's eyes and lets them see the value of making their own commitment and letting their light come alive. Let the flame and the fire of their life leap to life in the dark world that we live in. John chapter 1, verses 4 and 5 says, "In him, in Jesus, was life, and that life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not." The darkness around you is not going to understand the light that you shine. Your commitment, your decision to make strong moral commitments and to make strong biblical commitments and to live by biblical values and to live your life by biblical principles, it doesn't make sense to the darkness around you. But it's not supposed to. Why? Because you're not a citizen of this world. You're not a citizen that was born for this dark kingdom. You're a citizen of somewhere else. You have the light of another world shining inside of you. And if you can let that light shine, then I promise you that light is enough to get you home. Today, as you discuss these ideas, I'd like for you to remember that we're talking about being an anomaly, being different in a world that has redefined what normal is. Can I just tell you that being an anomaly in this sense is the fact that everyone around you thinks it's perfectly normal to live in darkness. But you have access to a great light, and that light makes you incredibly different. That light is what makes you an anomaly. The fact that while everyone else and everything else says it's perfectly normal to live in darkness, it's perfectly normal to wander in sin, you know that the light that shines on the inside of you makes you different, makes you stand out, and that's a beautiful thing.